dear Necessary Sangha and other practitioners. When we practice this Pato method, it's very different from other methods, from the gradual paths. It is completely different. So the Huato is return to the self nature, return to the basics or the foundation of ignorance. So this is about let go of the object and subject. So other method like gradual paths, they use object and subject to focus on. So, but in our method, we use Huato. It's the way to practice. Even though it sounds like the Huato has a object and subject, but in the subject and object itself never exists. And as our practitioners, if we don't use the Huato as the subject for the practice, but we use it as the object to attach to. And this is the practice to return to the at first you already slowly release or let go of the subject, and when you release the subject, then you're able to release both of the mind of quietness or the mind of noisiness. And when you still know about not knowing the quietness or the noisiness in the mind, that is still on the subject and object. So when you're able to let go of that as well, then you're able to return to the self nature, and you're able to rediscover your own Buddha nature. So usually we get attached to the words, so we need to let go of the words. So even when you remember all the phrase, the Zen phrase, or you thought you may have some realization, you also let that go as well. But if you attach to that, then you're not gonna be able to free yourself. So in this practice, we really want to focus on the practice. So when in the practice, if you have this thought of rising hard or easy, you still need to practice asking the question. So everything is based on its karma, and everything has its own destination. You don't have to chase after that. And the more you're able to try to keep your mind calm, that is still on the verge of subject and object. So the only way is to keep asking a question. So that's the most important when you continue with your practice. And so that's why we say that we use the what question as the subject of meditation, but eventually it let go itself. So that is how we should practice the Huato. And now is the time for Q&A. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. Sorry. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Dear Thầy and every Zen practitioners, every day you try to ask, you mentioned this when we practice, it's easy, but for me, myself, it's very difficult. And in my practice, sometimes I can feel that my practice is not that completely the way that, as a practitioner, Zen practitioner, I still have a lot of baggage, a lot of delay, and because of attached my mind attached to the reality. So Zen Master Liqua in his teaching, he said that because of my karma in many lives, because I have the mind that not really completely concentrating on the practice. It's just I don't have the right practice in this method. So my practice is up and down, and I feel it's really very strange. So can you explain more for me? So Zen Master Liqua, when he say that when you didn't show the deeper seeds in the practice, so in this life, maybe that's the reason why. And so it's basically that we don't show the seed for the practice, and we also sow the seeds of birth and death. And now we recognize that we want to solve the birth and death, and we see our mistakes and we try to get rid of our mistake. And if you don't have that sincere heart in a practice, and then we probably not able to. So that's why the Zen Master Liqua he said that we didn't sow the seed of not able to deeply concentrate in the practice. So this is basically the seeds from the past, and we need to correct this patterns. And how we do this? We need to readjust our practice and always focus on the practice, and should not have the lenience. And doesn't matter how difficult it is, you need to continue with the practice. And the practice is very basic. Ask the question. Ask the question clearly, effortlessly, diligently, without distraction. And you have to ask with the heart, wholeheartedly, and sincerely. And when you have that kind of effort for the Buddha Dharma, by asking the true, sincere question, just like everyone has been to the Zen retreat, been at the retreat and the Zendo, and everyone should, already experienced this distraction from the discursive thoughts. So this is maybe from the past that we show the seed of short attention for the practice. And now you know that you need to fix yourself. So no one else can fix for us. We need to fix it for ourselves. Yeah, so that's why we need to sow the longer seed for the practice. So this not that hard, as long as you just focus on practice, on the practice. And especially when you live in a Zendo, you able to listen to this encouragement from the Zen teachers and the patriarchs, and that's how you have a lot of strength or motivation for your practice. So the conditions and cause and effect and a good karma, you already have the perfect situation for the practice. So you the right view in Zen practice is about letting go of our self-attachment. So we have to nurture our good seed for the Buddha Dharma, for the practice. Yes. Thank you, thầy. So can you explain me more from the Lakewa's teaching? When you afraid of discursive thoughts and we cannot get the discussions, when we are afraid of the sleepiness, we cannot get a sleepiness. So when he say fear of the discursive thoughts, so that you can have the discursive thoughts. But when you have the fear, then that is part of the self-attachment already. When you say that you try to not to fall asleep, then you have this thought of knowing that we not gonna fall asleep. So you're not able to get into the huatou. So when you already get into the huatou, so it doesn't matter you have discursive thought or a sleepiness. So just like when you have money and you fear you lose some money, then you have this attachment to fear. And this is a very deep level of attachment. And this is already attached to our birth and death for so many lives. So in the practice, people try to get rid of something, just like love, or people they just want to get rid of love, desire for love, but they don't know that this is come from our own attachment. So people they think they can get rid of the desire for love. So by asking the question, it's already automatically release the desire of love. We have to do. You don't have to use any effort or method. But when you use a method to get rid of the other, then you sit on the verge of distinction, and that's the root of ignorance. So in the teaching of the Buddha is saying that release the desire, purify the mind. So when you try to practice with the huatou, there none of this seed, none of this is able to rise, because they don't have the quality that attached to anything, but we the one who attach them to our mind. So when you're able to clear all these obstacles by the practice, that is the absolute way of practice. So when we say prajna is it's the same as a doubt. So when you use like look at the doubt as something else, then it is completely different with the prajna. And the doubt doesn't have shape or forms, so we should not attach to that. When we misunderstand the purpose. So when the Buddha say that when you purify the mind, then you able to release the subject and object, or any thoughts that is come from the huatou, from the doubt. Miss Pháp Tuệ. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Dear Thầy, dear monks and nuns and all Zen practitioners, can you explain more clearly from the last teaching yesterday? There's a friend and that friends really like your question, your explanation. And this friend is come from a different tradition of practice, and our friends, they are not Buddhists, and they also practice. This friend is like to ask you to give us the lecture from yesterday, so that her friends is understand better. So according to my understanding, Buddhism is the path of awakening. All the skillful teachings just introduce every practitioner to understand and eventually self-release or attachment. So if we just learn and without practice, then we turn the teaching into a belief system. And when you practice without studying, and then you learn to turn to tín ngưỡng nhân gian, and the culture belief. So that's my understanding. So can you explain more for us, especially my friend? So and when we're talking about Buddhism is about awakening. So this teaching has been spreading from the Bodhigaya. And this teaching has been spreading when he walked down the road, and the merchants from different countries like Burma, they ask him, they look at the Buddha and they ask him, are you from the heaven realm? And or are you the king of the heaven realm? Are you the God? Are you the human? And the Buddha said, no, I am the awakened one. And he said that everyone can practice, and you can be awakened one like me. So in the Hanchi, is the awakened original pronunciation is of the Buddha is Buddhaya. So this is the practice to help sentient being awake. So this is not God or someone who has the power to change, to give you the blessing and to give you the punishment. So whoever practice is able to achieve the awakening. If you eat, you feel full. Nobody can eat for you. So because of the birth and death is the original roots of our suffering. So the teaching of the Buddha tried to help us, in the root cause. So he has to create all these skillful teachings for different levels. So the scholars, they use the words teaching of the Buddha become a philosophy, and they create another. They create the Buddha teaching into a religious tradition. So if one religion has different, like gods or some kind of belief system that creates for compare with other religions. So that is not the intention. So Buddhism is not a philosophy, but it's a practice to release the suffering, the birth and death. So even the Buddha teaching, he's negate all his teaching. He doesn't say anything. So he said that if a human being has a word to say, it's not real. So in Langvakata Sutra, the Buddha said that in the past 49 years, he didn't teach anything. So when he said that if we, establish the true teaching, then there should be opposite to the wrong teaching. So it's created duality. So when we know that the Buddha wouldn't let us attach to the intellectual learning, so when we in the Buddha teaching or the Buddha Dharma, a lot of skillful teaching say a lot of good words about the teaching. It created like a philosophy. So when we have the philosophy, it's basically we have the same kind of with other religions. So this is not a belief system. So in the Nikaya teaching, if you don't understand my teaching, then you insult me. So when we practice, we have to practice diligently. So there's no other ways, that we can break down So that's why we need to learn how to solve. So in the Lotus Sutra, one of the young students, she has to seek 53 teachers for learning. So the patriarchs, they also overcome a lot of difficulties to spread the teaching. So he worn out many slippers or shoes. So the patriarchs, they have been through a lot of difficult situation. They're not afraid of the lacking of material good. So they just continue with the practice. So just like Zen Master Li Kuan, he said that because we sow the seed of not prolong our practice. So so when you're not able to practice correctly, then you fall into the wrong path. So if you believe on the duality, so it's the same as the other religions, by blessing and or punishment. So either make a Buddhism fall into the philosophy or the philosophy or belief system. So that's why we need to always be clear on this. So that's how we're going to practice diligently until the awakening. So we run out of time, and thank you. Goodbye to the monks, nuns, and all practitioners.